All right, so I am live and here making a much shorter videos tonight. Hopefully that doesn't mean I get less views. Lately, if I make a shorter video, for some reason, it tends to have a slower base. Even like when I did a slightly longer one yesterday. Whether people are getting tired of these these or not, don't worry. After the 31 days, we'll go back to like a normal regular schedule. But I promise to make 31 live videos, so I'll make 31 live videos. Hey, Wheels. So, one thing I have to say. Today, we're looking at, well, there's a Scream Factory sale. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, we'll talk about the movies that I saw for this day. And there are two of them. So it's a double feature. Now, some people tend to be, I think, Wheels, because I'm getting a lot less views when this thing started. Which is a little bit disturbing. So I watched two movies, and they do have a theme. They're both Bigfoot films. So I watched Abominable, which really isn't. It's actually quite good. And I watched a movie that is quite abominable. And that was on this disc here, Bigfoot Terror, which is a part of this here Beast collection. And it was Shriek of the Mutilated. Hey, horror bro. Bye. How it goes? So, Bigfoot, Yeti, Sasquatch, whatever type movies, they're a special sort of genre. It's really hard to get them done right, or to get them to be scary. Hey, JR. Now, Abominable does get it right. Three from Hell. I'm worried about that one actually, but I'll eventually get it. I won't get it to on release date though. Probably on Black Friday. This does get it right. It has a great cast, and I don't mean like just like one of those kind of a semi-great cast, but I mean we got like Matt McCoy, Jeffrey Combs, Paul Gleason, Phil Morris, D. Wallace Stone, Lance Henriksen, Tiffany Shepis, great cast. And for once, they redid some of the effects in the film, and it actually works. It actually works for the film. Now, there is an unrestored version of this film with the original effects on here as well. And if you have not seen Ryan Schifrin's movie Abominable, I strongly recommend it. It's actually a really fun film. The ending's fantastic. I did not see that coming when I first watched the film. Now, basis of Abominable is basically Rear Window with Bigfoot. I'm not even joking. Basically, Matt McCoy was in a climbing accident with his spouse. She, they both fell. She didn't make it. He did. He ended up like paralyzed in a wheelchair. How was his deputy? And there's some like sexy, attractive girls next door, and he's like, kind of looking at them when all of a sudden he knows he's not the only one looking at them. But the other one looking at them isn't a mad killer. It isn't Raymond Burr. It's anyone like that. No, it is a Bigfoot. It's, hey, Kathy. Hopefully things are going better. I hope you got your power back there. Hey, Brian. It's an abominable snowman. A Bigfoot. And it's not a cute, cuddly Bigfoot. This isn't Harry and Henderson's. No, this dude, he's got a lust for blood. And he's pretty much a slasher is what he is. He's like, he's a home invader. If you haven't seen this one, I strongly recommend it. Now, one thing I will say, this is not one to watch on a streaming service. This is one where out and out, own the disc. This, again, this is another case like, do you need the physical media for something like Abominable? You really seriously do. The disc for Abominable is incredible. aside from like having the updated special effects and like updated soundtrack, we also get like a introduction from the director, audio commentary. We get a really good making of. Right on, Kathy. We get deleted and extended scenes, outtakes and bloopers. We get Shadows, which was a student film that Ryan Schifrin made. And it's scary. Like, no two ways about it. Shadows is a damn scary film that got to me. It's a very short film, very urban legend-esque, very well done. And there's a second film on there, by the way. Basil and Mobius, No Rest for the Wicked, which is a 60-minute film, and that has Zachary Levi, yes, the guy from Chuck, and more recently from Shazam, Ray Park, yeah, Darth Maul, Malcolm McDowell, and Kane Hodder are all in this short film. It also gives you the original 2005 version of Abominable on here as well. So that's the one before this was done. Actually, I did not hear about that. Hey, Danuch, welcome. So 110%, I would recommend Abominable. I do not want to tell you too much. I really want you to go out and watch this movie and enjoy it. It is a fun film. And if you're a fan of Tiffany Shepis, you're definitely going to be a fan of this film. Although she doesn't have a big part, she has a nice part. Now let's talk about a movie that's not good and I don't mind ruining for you. But I still think you should see it. And that is Shriek of the Mutilated. Now, if you're a Severin fan and you've picked up some of their recent releases, then you'll probably know a little film by the name of Invasion of the Blood Farmers. Remember that one? Remember they put that out? Did anybody here pick that up? Well, Shriek of the Mutilated is a Bigfoot film by the people that made Invasion of the Blood Farmers. Is Shriek of the Mutilated bad? Oh, yes. Yes, it's bad. It's really bad, but it's hilarious. There is death by toaster. I'm not even joking. A girl, after being killed, as she has her almost lifeless dead body is lying on the floor, she grabs her toaster and crawls along the floor, pushing the toaster along the floor so she can throw the toaster into the bathtub and kill her abusive spouse before she dies herself. I'm sure it was meant to be tragic or dramatic or something. It's not. It's hilarious. You will laugh your butt off during that sequence of the film. Shriek of the Mutilated is a movie that was so memorably bad when we were watching it that to this very day, I can look at my better half or one of my kids and I will say, so, it wasn't really a Bigfoot? And they know exactly what I'm talking about. And usually that breaks them into hysterics. So if you've not seen Shriek the Mutilated, it's worth the pain. It's definitely, I think, worth the pain for a couple sequences at least. So I haven't seen Invasion of the Blood Farmers, actually. It kind of makes me want to see the Invasion of the Blood Farmers, but it makes me know I'm not ever going to pay full price for Invasion of the Blood Farmers. And those are the two films that I watched today: Abominable and Shriek of the Mutilated. Two Bigfoot films that are bad. Invasion of the Blood Farmers is a lot of fun. I figure it's going to be similar to Shriek. Have you seen Shriek the Mutilated Zombies? You should. It's got twists. What a swerve. But it's definitely worth checking out. It was, again, I found it on this here Beast Collection, which came out from Retro Media and Image Entertainment, that had a lot of really good films on here, actually. good in my opinion. Some good Sasquatch films, some giant Majin films, Zontar, of course. So, you never grab this one, grab it up. Somebody told me this might be out of print. I'm not quite sure. If it's not, pick it up. It's actually worth the buy. I got it for under $20 when I picked it up. Actually, I think I got it for under 10. It's fairly cheap. But those are the two films that I watched tonight. And you guys are super quiet. But oh, you watched it. I gotta check that out. It's officially Shocktober. It is actually. That's what I was about to mention next month. Scream Factory has announced their Shocktober sale. Has anybody checked it out? Has anybody bought anything from it yet? That was one of the finds for me. Like definitely the biggest Alabama find. I probably gonna watch that tonight. So has anybody picked up anything from Shocktober yet? So I'm gonna open that up. You need the Galaxy of Terror. Galaxy of Terror is a really good film. So let's see if I can bring it up, open it up here on my phone. Whack is $5. I don't remember that film. I think that might be U.S. only though. Seeing up for Mondo Macabre on Friday. Ooh, Dale, good. I did not. I had forgotten about Mondo Macabre. Where the heck is the Shocktober sale at? Why am I not seeing this on here? Why yada? U.S. only. I hate when that happens. I really do. Wow. Okay. Hey, Mary. So let's open up the Shocktober one here and see what some of the releases are. See if there's anything that really stands out. Do I have American Werewolf in London? There's like a new release coming out. I did, but from Arrow, which I have not got a chance to get yet. Hey Dan, just got two more from Arrow. Piewicket, you can buy it and send it to me. That'd be. I have no idea what Piewicket is, but I will always take films for the movie library collection because eventually I will get around to them. I will review them all. Anytime anybody wants to donate to the movie library, I will 110%. I will shout you out. I will thank you. And if you want to donate something that you want me to review, that's also something I can do as well. So let's open up and find out exactly what this whole sale's about. Let's go through a couple. So there's going to be some like more expensive ones. My sister. Oh, cool. Well, hello to your sister. She's there. And I apologize to your sister if, she has to sit through this and she hates me. So there is we got the limited edition Army of Darkness Steelbook there, running for 22. Candyman's going for 18, which actually is pretty cool. Have a donation box. Oh, you do? A donation box from what? Because if it ever comes to a shipping issue, definitely, text me on that. Critters is going for 39, which is a great set. I'm not sure if you can see it in the background there. Probably not. But I do recommend that. That's a really good set. Creepshow, again, a great collector's edition. Is running for 25, but I've seen it run for lower. Oh, I am definitely interested, Kathy. I'm the Vincent guy. Dracula Prince of Darkness, if you're a Hammer fan and you don't have Dracula Prince of Darkness, I strongly recommend that title. The both Halloween Steelbooks are running for $18. House on Haunted Hill. Actually, I know a lot of people are going to bypass that one. It would be a better buy at 15, but at 18.99, House on Haunted Hill actually is a uh, a really solid release. It's actually not a better 90s film than you would imagine. Definitely contact me on this, Kathy, for real. And and it has some great features. You in a movie with Monica Dupree? Oh wow. We got like newer stuff like Silent Hill running for around 18. You don't have the Creep Show? Creep Show's a good one to get. It's a really good edition. I'll actually show you in a second. I'll bring it over. Uh, you can still buy the Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 with the NECA figure. So if you want to reenact, maybe you're a bit of a movie type buff, and it'd be like, garbage day, then you may want to get that NECA figure. Sleepwalkers was actually a really good edition. That was at $20, so that's actually a little bit on the expensive side. I'd say wait on some of the more expensive ones, like $20 for, like unless you really want the steelbook of the thing. I think you're going to be able to get lower price than that. I say stick towards the $18 and $15 ones, unless they're like collector's edition, unless they're like box sets and stuff. That, and I will mention if there's ones that stand out. Valentine and Urban Legend both had great features on them, but you can get 8mm for $15.99, which actually is a good price for that film. Alligator People, Body Snatchers are running at the lower price. The Brain Dead. The Bride is running at $15.99. And that was a really good one. Doctor Who cartoon show. You mean Scream of Shalka? Is that the one? I'm trying to think of things that stand out. I don't want to. If the craft was 15, I'd say go for it. Just for like the features and stuff and the cover. The Craft does not have a new transfer, by the way. So if you've already got the old Blu-ray of The Craft, that's the same transfer that Scream Factory has, just to let you know, in case that's one of the ones that you're interested in. I actually own that one, so I do know that one. Exorcist 2, The Heretic, definitely, definitely interesting, but I'd go 15 on that one. I wouldn't go 18. I'd say 15 is not. If you're gonna go 18, let it be for a steelbook or something like that, or something special. Like 18, like if there's a lithograph included, uh, like Forbidden World or Galaxy of Terror, definitely something to grab at 18. But like the Howling 3 at 15 is a good buy. So Lust for a Vampire, not so much because that was $14, and I think it might still be here in Canada. That's 14 Canadian dollars, by the way, guys. So if you ever want to order from Canada, I just finished reading the Mangler story tonight. Actually, I was reading on my Kobo. I got like Night Shift, about Night Shift, the book. Night Shift was one of the first Stephen King books I ever bought, so I wanted to reread it again. The Manitou is $15. I think that's definitely worth a buy. And Man's Best Friend, which is a really odd, like, killer dog type of film with Lance Henriksen. If you've never checked it out, I definitely recommend it. Here's one I would kill for: Naked Vengeance and Vendetta. I really like those type of films. That one's $15.99. Poison Ivy at $29.99 is not a bad price. Wreck at $39.99 is a great price. I actually contacted my mom because it's October and Wreck was at my local Sunrise Records in St. John's. And I know Wreck isn't a normal, it is a US release. It's not a Canadian release. You can't actually buy it on Amazon. So I did ask my mom to actually pick that up for me for Christmas. Man's Best Friend, the last time I saw Logan, was on VHS. I don't think I've ever seen Salvage. And I'd definitely be interested in that. Contact me afterwards and the Addams Family movie? I don't know, I'm kind of interested in it. It looks very much like the original Addams Family cartoons as written by Charles Addams. More so than like the later TV shows and stuff. That kind of interests me. Scream for Help is a horrible movie, but I like it. I wouldn't pay more than 15 for it though if I were you guys. The Seduction is actually a decent one. I recently bought that. That's on here for 15. And just to let you know, The Seduction was the first representation of stalking in a horror film. So it's good for for that reason alone. That, and it has a couple cool features on there as well. Not a lot, but it's got a neat little like interview with Morgan Fairchild, my wife, Morgan Fairchild. Anybody that's older knows where that joke comes from. There's some neat stuff like Superstition, which is kind of fun cheese. Brooke Adams in the Unborn again. Like these are all ones. Now $39.99. Not sure if it's a good price for the Universal Horror Collections or not, but I know they're really good. Best to contact me. Well, you can contact me. I say, are you on Instagram, Danuch? Because I used to say here, but nowadays it's hard to contact her here. If you're on Instagram, my Instagram name is Charm007. So you can contact me through there. I didn't know for the longest time, this is going to sound horrible, that Instagram actually had a message thing. But I found out when I remember checking out somebody's messages. And I realized I hadn't heard in a long time. It is pretty bad. They do have some good covers though. Like that's not one of their best, but still, it's a good film. Vice Squad is $18.99, and it comes with the poster. Now, Vice Squad is not a film for everybody, but Vice Squad is a really good film. It stars Wings Hauser and Susan Hubley. There are a ton. That's the one I just got. A ton of interviews on there, and every interview is almost like a career retrospective. Each one is like over an hour. It's usually around an hour to 45 minutes to an hour long. Maybe sometimes a little bit over. Urban Legends Final Cut. Definitely recommend that. I know I'm missing some of your messages. I'll go back and I'll see them because I can't do both of them at the same time, unfortunately. When Stranger Calls back, I'd say if you can get the When a Stranger Calls set from like a second site, go with that one. But if not, that's definitely a neat way to get it. And of course the Witches, but I would probably get the Arrow one as well. Now let me find out what you guys are saying. Brooke Adams, I think she was in Shockwave, yeah. More Price. There's some amazing Vincent Price. You have so much though, don't you? Like Vincent Price, you're a big fan. So there is a lot of Scream Factory stuff, which unfortunately I can't get right now. But prices are okay. I'll be honest, there's nothing that stands out as greatly priced. Well, for here in Canada anyway. Maybe in the US, some of the prices are kind of better. That is true. They used to, Logan. That's the thing. That's what kills it, man. Is their anniversary sale. Remember when they had their 5 anniversary? That was cool. But when their sales first started, man, when they first started their sales, and like every day would be like every week at least would have like, was it 9 different movies that would switch out every, and then they'd have like this back page of like older films, and they had them for like super cheap, and would enable you to like just go and grab like a lot of their older titles, and then just grab some of the newer stuff along the way. Bull Moose, there. I can't get Bull Moose, but Bull Moose is having a sale right now, guys. Like, for instance, like to give you an example, let me go to Amazon.ca, for instance, okay? And I'm going to randomly pick one of those titles. Let's see. Pick one. Like, honestly, just name a title. Like from the sale or from something, and I'll just check. We'll go Galaxy. Let's go Galaxy of Terror. I don't know. Seems like a cool one. So in Canada, the Galaxy of Terror Steelbook, for instance, which is I guess $18 or $20, something like that, like American. It's $21 Canadian, which is less than you would pay for it there. Now, I can understand if you want to pay the extra to get the lithograph, if that's included. But like Forbidden World, again, Steelbook, $21 Canadian. The Howling Steelbook, $22 Canadian. Did you say The Deadly Mantis? Is that a Scream Factory one? Did I miss that one? Oh, it is. Okay. Sorry. The Deadly Mantis is $24 Canadian, which is, I think, is a good price. The first Summer Screw. Yeah, that was great. But there wasn't many coasters, the magnets. I still got those magnets. An Evening with Edgar Allan Poe. That is cool. Uh, Death Warms. That's the Severin one, right? That's a New Zealand film. Actually, if I'm right, isn't that New Zealand's first horror or first like kind of like gore horror type thing? It's definitely worth it for that, right? I mean, like for the like, I haven't seen the film. I don't think. It's not one that I remember. And when I watched the trailer of it, because when I was doing my buys for Halloween month, I looked at Death Warmed Up because I was getting stuff from Severin. And I thought, well, maybe I'll grab something. I ended up going with the Filipino horror box set, which I do have to start watching for these videos here, because I want to watch at least one of them for the videos. I've been trying to go out there and pick things that is. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but recently I tried to like pick things that are a little bit more kind of more accessible for people to pick up if they wanted to pick them up and watch them. I started out like giving hints ahead of time. Now where work has been so hectic, I've been pretty much been like coming right in and like surprising you guys with what I am watching. So and I do like a bit of both with that. So I'll be continuing to do a bit of both. Sometimes I'll give you guys hints. Other times you'll come on here and you'll find out as you see the video. You guys kind of know what you like best and all that. Can some things not be shipped? No, like in a company, right? Like me, for instance. Like say if you were a person shipping to me, like yeah, like media stuff like that. Yeah, that can be shipped. You got a bomb? Probably not. But some companies are locked like region wise, so they can't ship like certain films. Like that's why Kino, the Bitch and the Stud from Kino, ones I've been wanting to get for a long time, aren't coming to Canada because they can't ship them to Canada. Now I could probably get somebody from the U.S. to buy it and send it to me, and I could get it that way. I like the Phantasm set. Now, I will tell you, Dan Oli, that basically I'm biased when it comes to Phantasm. It's a favorite of mine. Phantasm films are fun. Mine hasn't shipped out yet, and they're nightmarish. Like literally, the first film pretty much gives you the feeling of like watching or experiencing a nightmare, which I thought was really cool. And I thought the Phantasm set as put out by Arrow was fantastic actually. And the ball, it actually looks great. It's it's light, but it looks really cool. And if you're talking about the Phantasm set with the ball and like it's a really good set. I really enjoy it, and I'm really glad that I own it. Yeah, Well Go USA. If you're in the U.S., like there is a Well Go USA set that's coming out there as well. But I'm a fan of the Arrow one. That's the one that I went with. Not that there's anything wrong with Well Go USA. Great set as well. U.S. person ordering something from Canada. I'm sure there's probably ones that I haven't come across it, but or I haven't heard anybody. I haven't heard anything about it, but I'm sure more than likely there is. But I've never encountered it. I've never heard anybody that's encountered it. Logan, you order a lot of stuff. You might know. Have you ever ordered anything from? Has there ever been anything from Canada you haven't been able to order or haven't been able to pick up? Yeah, basically there were some like issues with the set. Oh, the editor. I love the editor. I got see here in Canada because the editor was an American exclusive and in Scream Factory. We actually got a different company put out the editor here in Canada, and we got a better cover, hands down, man. Like I was really surprised. We got like a very Giallo-esque cover, which was super cool. I'll show that on here sometime, by the way. Just you can. Canada not good enough right now. I'm just joking. Where would you order from? Like in all honesty, we don't have like we don't have a lot of places left to order, do we? Like we're running out. And there's no like I can't is there any like companies like all the big companies are either in the UK or Australia or the US, but I can't think of any big like companies like Canadian ones. If Warlock was here, I'm sure I'd be able to think of something, or Enready or something like that. But I can't think of any like Canadian like distribution companies, like for instance, that are big on the go. Wolfcop movies, fantastic. I like the Wolfcop movies actually. I haven't seen the second one yet. I really got to watch it. It's been out for a while, and I really liked the first one. I thought it was hilarious. And if you own the Blu-ray, there's an awesome thing with the Trailer Park Boys. If you don't know what the Trailer Park Boys are, there will. It's shot here in Nova Scotia. I think Acorn. I think is Canadian. Is like a Canadian U.S. No, sorry, Canadian British thing. They might be Canadian actually. When I think of Acorn releases, I think of like British television, and a lot of that would probably be here. I do know that. God, this is going to say something. There is a lot of adult film industry that's produced through Montreal, and like I remember that actually. Wolf Cop was on Joe Bob Briggs' Last Drive, and I missed that one. Did he like it? Because that just seems utterly. It kind of seems up his alley. I can just imagine him giving the tally for that one. See, I still haven't seen Gravy. People have told me that I need to see it. I actually had it in my hand one time. It was here in Canada, right? That was the Scream Factory that actually came here, and it was like cheap. It was like $14, something like that. Well, porn theater and CD kind of go together. Um, there is a place. I don't think it's open anymore. It was a strip club actually, and it was called Super Sex in Montreal. It was very famous. Great, one of the best like signs you're gonna see. Um, Unfortunately, I think it's shut down a few years back, which is a shame, really. Wolf Cop 2. I got to see Wolf Cop 2. I haven't seen that one yet. I want to do a I want to do a video on werewolf films. I I recently watched The Beast Must Die again for that purpose, actually, to do like a werewolf video. I uh, I want to watch a couple more werewolf films and put in there as well. I remember what's the name of it? You guys give me the name. It's killing me. Oh, nope, I almost had it. I almost had it. It's about a blind guy and a werewolf, and it's really freaking good. Phase. Something phase. Oh my god, my brain is gone to mush. Last phase. Something like that. Great movie, anyway. Uh, Late phases. Thanks, Noosh. You rock, man. If you haven't seen Late Phases, by the way, definitely check it out. Oh no, yeah, the one that I mentioned, Super Sex, isn't like a theater. That was like a strip club, like an infamous strip club actually, because the rules are different in Montreal for strip clubs than they are in like other parts of Canada. Late Faces rocked. It was just one of those like when you can watch like Silver Bullet and you see like the youth, the young kids going up against the werewolf, and then you can double feature with Late Phases, and you get like the older, more the grizzled like guy, like who's retired going up against the werewolf. It's like it actually makes a good double feature, and there's an intensity to both those films that work. I shouldn't really be saying this though because I did want to do a werewolf video. But now, Criterion sale. Since Friday, I'm off at 8 on Friday. I'm off on 8 every day. We'll probably do, like Mono's going to drop their sale. I'll probably get my computer down here for that, and we'll we'll get in depth with the Mono sale because I do think that they deserve to be looked at a bit more than they're looked at right now. Mono's done like a great job. Oh, Kathy, every November Criterion has a big sale on Barnes and Noble, which you will hear the Criterion song on Logan's channel. And if you haven't heard the Criterion song, Kathy, definitely check it out. Yeah, it's like a half price sale that happens every November on Barnes and Noble. November, yeah. It's usually right after, is it in the month of Black Friday? Right after Black Friday, right? I'm trying to remember. I remember it being like right after the big Black Friday sale. I'll keep you updated, Kathy, by the way. The 2 Studio Canal release. I love Studio Canal, Darren. I definitely want both of those. They're UK releases? Because I know that Scream Factory put out Fright. I'm pretty sure they did. And Soon the Darkness, I think that's definitely UK. Or is that, wait, did that come out by Scream Factory as well? I can't remember. Is it really before Black Friday? The indicator set. That's the hammer one, right? I ordered the hammer indicator set like as soon as they announced it. I pre-ordered that right away. Obviously, I'm a huge hammer fan. You can see the indicator sets in the background and indicator just kills it with hammer. And this looks to be their best set yet. There you go. You guys are right. Brian, Logan, you guys got it right. It's been a while since I've ordered from the Criterion sale. What's the best horror? It depends on what you like, William. If you're like, obviously there's, if you're a big Hammer fan or something like that, then if you're say you like Dracula, then there's like Dracula, Prince of Darkness, Scars of Dracula is fantastic. If you're like a big slasher fan, then you can always go with Halloween. But I'd say go dig a little deeper, get something like Hell Night, or a film like that. Really really good kind of underrated slasher film. Also, The Initiation is a great slasher film. If you like slasher films as well. If you like the big monster movies, then there's like a ton of different ones to choose from. Whether you want to choose a Kaiju, like a Godzilla or a Gamera. If you're gonna go for Gamera, go for the 90s one, stuff like that. But it all depends. It all depends on the type of films that you like. Trick or Treat is a fantastic October film. It's Halloween oriented. It's a great anthology film. It's very well done. If you buy the Blu-ray, there's actually a really neat featurette on the origins of different things throughout Halloween, which your Barnes & Noble doesn't carry any Criterions? My country doesn't carry any Barnes & Nobles. Get on them about that, Jay. Say, okay. I remember when there used to be like a lot of stuff being like movies would be sold at our local Chapters and Kohl's, right? Well, Chapters is the big version, and Kohl's is like the smaller version of it. But now we don't sell any films over there. Like they sold out all their movies and just went with it. Trick or Treat. I would go with the original with Trick or Treat with the newer one by Michael Dougherty, the guy that like recently did the Godzilla King of the Monsters. Though this '86 one is fun. I definitely, if you can get like a good price on the Bergman set, Oli, it's a really good set. If you're a Bergman fan, obviously, if you're not a Bergman fan, it's not going to mean anything to you, no matter what the price is. But if you're a Bergman fan, it's definitely worth picking up. And I was super impressed with it. I would kill to go to a Barnes and Noble. Actually, walk to a Barnes and Noble during Criterion sale. So one of these days, dudes, that's it. When I got the cash, when I got the bones to do it, I will be going to the United States during Criterion sale. And who knows? I could walk into your Barnes and Noble. We could fight over Criterions. You think you'd be able to pick up like Bergman like cheaper on eBay? I don't know, dude. Are there any other like places your in your area? And question, Jar, if they don't carry Criterions, do you have the ability to like say if you went into that Barnes and Noble, can you order movies from there? Because maybe you could go in when the sale is going on, have a list of Criterions that you want to get, and get your Barnes and Noble to order them in for you, and they'll have to honor the sale price. Uh, Most people ship. We have the same thing, Oli, with shipping too. Shipping issues here. Probably not as bad as there, but we do have some. True, but Ben Hur and Bergman set kind of a different set. Although I do like Ben Hur, it's a fun film. But the Bergman set is massive. Because shipping wise is where it's going to be the issue, Oli. Uh, I have the Bergman set upstairs, and I've shown it on here. It's a huge set, and it's extremely heavy. So that would be the biggest issue in shipping it like to Europe, I think. I remember the Big Ben Hur set. Still not as heavy as the Bergman set. Yeah, like the Bergman set is massive. It's aside from my Harry Potter like huge set that I got, the Bergman set is probably the biggest set of my collection. And it's definitely one of the heaviest. The Harry Potter set is like obviously backbreaking. You've seen that, guys. I've shown that on here before. But the Bergman set too is way heavier than I thought it was going to be, and I'm actually. People ask me, well, which Bergmans am I watching? None of them right now because I literally bought that set to save for my semi-retirement in Morocco when I can actually dive into them. I keep wanting to go and watch them, and I keep stopping myself. That's the truth behind my Bergman set. The Bergman set, like if you already got them, like obviously you're not going to spend a bunch of money for something you've already got. But I'd say, if you're a really big Bergman fan, like the book is huge. It's a massive like coffee table, like literally a coffee table size book. Then go for it then. But you're saving, dude. You're saving for Japan, so you can't right now. I don't forget this stuff. But I would say, Jar, like if you can't find it in your area, like don't miss out on the Criterion sale if if there's some stuff that you really want. Go to them around that time when the Criterion sale is going on. Yeah, I saw that actually. I was actually in a store where that was, and it looked so good. The guy tried to sell it, like he said, you got to get this new Scooby Doo set. And my better half was tempted, but we just didn't have the bones at the time to do it, man. Caved about Chernobyl. I want to see Chernobyl, but I'm waiting on it for a bit. I'm just kind of waiting for the price to go down. I hear it's great. I just want to. But I wait on certain things anyway. Like a lot of people, like It, for instance. And most people have seen It Chapter 2. Me, I'm waiting till it comes out, and I'll buy it. Yeah. Like I did with the first It. But that Scooby-Doo box set looks amazing. You know what would look cool? You get the Scooby-Doo box set and get the Alfred Hitchcock, the Hitchcock House of Horror box set, whatever the hell it's called, box set, and put them like alongside each other. Man, there's an awesomeness there, right? Oh, I kind of want to do that now. Hitchcock box set, Scooby-Doo box set, right next to each other. Upcoming Vinegar Syndrome and Severin sales. It's going to be interesting to see which one, like, I can't see Severin putting it anything that can beat that Angel Trilogy set for me. I know I got to have the Angel Trilogy set because I'm just a huge fan of those films. They were well-made films, especially the first two. Guys, Serial Midnight always does some great like reviews. Hey, does and looks at at these big box sets, like especially these animated box sets. He did a really good one on He-Man and She-Ra and Voltron. Really loved it. Nothing but like praise for Serial Midnight's work. He does great stuff. Yeah, with Severin, it's the older ones that you want to go for, Mug, because I'm not sure if it's going to be like last year where the latest 6 months of Severin wasn't on sale. It was stuff like 6 months and older that went on sale, like, which is a bit of a pain. I wish they wouldn't do it go that far back, because there's certain things like the Uncanny that I like to own, and some other like releases. I don't know if if Emmanuel and Francois is going to be like part of the sale or not. But there's certain ones that I definitely would like to get. But the fact that they usually do this 6 month thing, it does tend to be a bit of a pain. Vinegar Syndrome does tend to have the better sale, but he did lose. Oh, I don't think you missed out on anything too interesting. I was just talking about the Severin sale and the 6 month gap that they do. But with that being said, I've only got a few days left to spend with my better half before she is in Morocco and I don't see her for a month. So tomorrow, I'm not quite sure. Maybe werewolves, maybe books. Oh, Superstition. Scream Factory put that in, didn't they? Oh, if anybody ever needs to contact me, best way to contact me is, well, Kathy, you know how to contact me. Charmed 007. That is my Instagram thing. And I always say that go to my Instagram before my Twitter, because my Twitter is like super like politics and stuff like that. You don't need that. You don't need that like drama in your life. Just go to my Instagram account where it's all pictures and fun. I am Aaron. This is the Movie Library. You guys are the Movie Club. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining me here tonight. Get some abominable stuff in your life, and I will talk to you soon. I'll see you tomorrow for 31 days of live horror. Have a great evening.